What if you could burn more sitting still by flipping on a hidden heater your body already owns? No extra gym time, no complicated diet, just a few small switches that tell your biology. Use more, store less. Sounds like a scam, I know. But give me a few minutes and I'll show you exactly how to turn on that internal space heater so your day feels warmer, your cravings drop, and the scale finally moves. Before we get into it, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss these simple wins, and drop a comment with one word: warm or cold. Which team are you? I'll give each side a quick hack at the end. You can start tonight. Right, here's the secret nobody explains well. Your body has two kinds of fat. The storage kind you see in the mirror, white fat, and a quieter kind that acts more like a furnace, brown fat. Brown fat's job isn't to store, it's to burn. Think of it like tiny space heaters sprinkled around your neck, shoulders, and back. When the right signals hit, those heaters pull in fuel and burn it off as heat. No treadmill required. If you've ever stepped outside on a crisp morning and felt oddly awake and hungry in a good way, that's your furnace crew waking up. Most of us never let that crew clock in. We live warm, we eat late, we collapse into sleep in rooms better suited for iguanas, and we drink things that sedate the switch. The result? Storage team runs 24/7, and the heaters gather dust. We're going to change that with a few tiny levers that feel good, not punitive. Let me show you how powerful this is with two real people whose routines will sound familiar. I'll call them Maya and Leo. Same height, similar body fat, sit at desks all day, both trying to lean out without training like a pro. Maya loves hot showers, keeps her bedroom toasty, and eats late because that's when the day finally slows down. Leo tweaks three things. He finishes dinner earlier, sips green or oolong tea in the afternoon, sleeps a little cooler, nothing extreme, just sweater weather under a blanket. 3 weeks later, Maya feels stuck sleeping okay, but waking puffy, hungry by 10 a.m., and somehow cold all day anyway. Leo. He's waking up sharper, appetite, calmer, and he swears his sweatshirts fit different across the chest and back. He didn't add workouts, he turned on the heaters. So how do you flip the switch without living in an ice bath? Start with the easiest win: finish earlier. When you stop feeding your system 3 hours before bed, insulin can drop. Your nighttime hormones tidy up the house, and you slip into deeper sleep. Deeper sleep isn't just rested. It's metabolically expensive. Your body spends more quality time doing repairs, which is when those little heaters get a chance to matter. Picture your kitchen closing at 7 o'clock for a 10 o'clock bedtime. You take a short 5 to 10 minute walk after dinner, lights dim, room slightly cooler. You're not suffering, you're sending a message. Night shift on, add the second leva tea. Not detox tea, not some sketchy blend. Plain green, oolong, or matcha, hot or iced. These teas are like a polite foreman for your heater crew. Hey, we're working now. Sip one in the early afternoon and watch what happens to your 3 p.m. slump. Energy steadies, snack urges drop, and your evening appetite shows up calmer. If caffeine late makes you wired, keep tea before 3 p.m. If you're caffeine sensitive, go decaf. You still get the nudge. Third leva temperature you can tolerate, not misery, just a nudge. People hear cooler sleep and imagine teeth chattering under a thin sheet. No, you're going for: I'd like a blanket, not send help. Crack the window. Nudge the thermostat down a notch. Aim so your neck and shoulders feel a touch of cool air when you slip into bed. Why those areas? That's where a bunch of the heater tissue sits, basically tapping it on the shoulder. Hey, we need you. Cold showers, you ask? If you like them, awesome. Finish warm with 30 seconds cool and towel off briskly. If you hate them, splash cold water on your face, in the back of your neck for 15 to 20 seconds after a warm shower. You get the signal without the drama. Call it the wake-up splash. There's a food nudge here: 2 omega-3 seafoods. Don't overthink it. A couple of servings a week of salmon, mackerel, sardines, or even a good canned tuna and olive oil helps your heater tissue behave more like a furnace and less like storage. For plant-based folks, keep walnuts, chia, and flax in rotation. It's less about a miracle ingredient and more about telling your body, we're building equipment, not padding. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, but how does this actually help my waist? Here's the fun part. When your heater crew clocks in, your body treats fuel differently all day. Meals feel warmer, like your internal thermostat clicks up a notch. You digest better. You want walks more. You sleep deeper. And the little choices you didn't think you had, and you stopping at one scoop of rice, skipping the late-night graze, suddenly feel easy. That's not a personality change. That's a signal change. We still need to handle real-life objections. Because biology doesn't care about your calendar, and your calendar doesn't care about biology. My family eats late? Fine. Then you own the edges. Preload a mini plate at 6 Greek yogurt with chia. Or a handful of edamame and a salad with olive oil, so when dinner lands at 8, you're calm. Lead with protein and vegetables, smaller starch at the end, then take that 10-minute loop. You still get the early finish effect because your body isn't flooded right before lights out. I hate being cold. Same. That's why we're not doing misery. We're doing microcool. Warm socks, cozy blanket, cooler air on your shoulders, sleep like a burrito with your nose in fresh air. You're not punishing yourself. You're setting a thermostat. Tea makes me jittery. Keep it before 2 to 3 p.m. Go weaker, or try decaf. Oolong and high-quality green tea hit smoother than you expect. If you truly can't do caffeine, use the walk after meals as your afternoon smooth out. 2 to 10 minutes pulls sugar out of your blood like a sponge, and your heater crew loves an easy job. Do I have to start eating fish? Nope. It's a lever, not a law. If you're plant-based, make friends with lentil soups, chickpea bowls, tofu, and a tablespoon of ground flax or chia in your yogurt or smoothie.
Ow!
Drizzle olive oil so the meal is satisfying. This plan is about comfort that burns, not restriction that backfires. Let's build this into a week you'll actually enjoy. Tonight, set your finish line 3 hours before bed. Eat dinner to that time, then take a short stroll. When you get home, brush your teeth earlier than usual. That tiny ritual tells your brain the kitchen is closed. Drop your room one notch cooler, not freezing, just I like my blanket. Tomorrow, add tea in the early afternoon. Sip it and do 2 minutes of hallway laps or step outside for sunlight. Notice how your brain feels around 4 p.m., calmer.
Good.
That's the beginning of your next win. Day 3, make your shower end with 30 seconds cool. Count it out, don't be a hero. Just enough to send a signal. Towel off aggressively. You'll be surprised at how awake but not wired you feel. Day 4, add a seafood dinner or your plant-based omega stand-ins. Keep dinner earlier. Walk. Dim the lights an hour before bed. Your heater crew loves darkness. Your brain releases the "we're shutting down now" hormones, and you'll sleep like you earned it. Day 5. Stack a morning microcool. Open the window while you get dressed for 90 seconds. Or just splash cool water on your face and neck. Eat a protein-first breakfast so your body stays in use mode instead of store mode. Day 6. Take your favorite warm shower, enjoy it, and finish with that quick cool rinse. Then this part matters, go straight into a cozy routine. Soft clothes, warm socks, tea if it's early, dim lights. You're teaching your system contrast. Signal on, then safety. That contrast makes the heater crew responsive without stressing you. Day 7, choose the 2 levers you actually liked and make them your anchors. Maybe it's earlier finish and cooler sleep. Maybe it's tea and a morning microcool. You don't need them all forever. You need a couple you'll repeat without thinking. You're building a thermostat, not a boot camp. Let me give you one day in the life so you can picture this without a spreadsheet. You wake up and crack the window while you brush your teeth. It's crisp for a minute. You close it, you get dressed, you feel awake. Breakfast is eggs with spinach or skyr with chia and berries protein first. Chew it, breathe. Mid-morning, you move a little. Nothing crazy. Lunch is protein and vegetables with olive oil if you want starch. Put it at the end. Afternoon slump shows up, and you meet it with a cup of green tea and a 2-minute walk. It's enough to tell your body we're using fuel.
Ow.
Dinner happens earlier. You lead with protein and vegetables. Small starch at the end, then a short loop outside. Dishes done. Lights dim. You set your room a touch cooler. Slip under the blanket and sleep like your brain's been waiting for this. 3 days in, you start noticing you don't argue with snacks as much.
No.
5 days in, you notice a different feeling in your clothes. 2 weeks in, you look at the scale and think, I didn't suffer for this. You'll hear people say fat loss is only about calories. And yes, energy matters, but it's your signals that decide whether those calories get burned hot or filed away cold. The beautiful part about this plan is you're not counting your coaching. You're coaching your body to stay a little warmer, a little longer, so it prefers to use instead of store. Here's your mantra. I want you to say it when you plate dinner and when you crawl into bed. Finish earlier. Sip tea. Sleep cooler then. Let the heaters work. That's it. 12 words. If you only pick 2, pick earlier finish and cooler sleep. They cost nothing, they feel good, and they stack with everything else you do. If this clicked, hit like. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss next week's video. And tell me in the comments if you're team warm or team cold. I'll drop a quick personal tweak for each team so you feel a win by tomorrow. No ice bath required.